Let's now try and pull it all together and bring in our correspondent, Reza Sayeh, who of course is waiting for us live in the Iranian capital, Tehran. Reza, good evening to you. Tell us first, what's the latest where you are now?
It's approaching 11 p.m. on this Wednesday. The fifth day of this war in the capital city, Tehran, continues to be pounded with airstrikes and air raids. It's impossible for us to verify if it's Israeli jet fighters or American jet fighters flying overhead. But you can oftentimes hear them. And then a couple of seconds later, you hear the huge explosion and then the plumes of smoke. A couple of hours ago, a series of intense explosions over my left shoulder. That's about the area of northern and northeastern Tehran. And earlier today, 8 massive explosions in eastern Tehran. Israeli officials have openly admitted that they're not only targeting military sites linked to the Revolutionary Guard, but they're also going after government buildings, government-linked buildings, and police headquarters. These are locations that are not part of the hostilities, that are not part of the war. And increasingly, many government officials here, analysts, are saying that that's a violation of the UN Charter and a war crime, but we continue to see it in surrounding these buildings, these police stations, these government buildings. Obviously, many residential buildings, the death toll going up again for a 5th straight day. According to the Red Crescent Rescue and Aid Group, the death toll is now more than 1,000 people, killed, hundreds of them civilians. Iranian officials are saying 153 cities have been hit in these 5 days, and more than 1,000 locations have been targeted. And increasingly, we are seeing more and more videos, pictures, gruesome images of civilians who are bearing the brunt of this war. Men, women, and children being killed, dragged out of the rubble, and no one seemingly able to stop this awful cycle of violence.
The images that you're describing, Reza, they are horrific. Today was meant to have been the funeral of the Ayatollah Khamenei, who was killed on Saturday. This has been postponed. Is this linked in some way to the ongoing campaign by the US and Israel bombing Iran?
I think so. I mean, the government has said it's because of logistics that they haven't been able to hold the event. We should point out that they never announced a specific date. Yesterday said they were planning for it, planning to have the farewell ceremonies here in Tehran, and to bury the late Supreme Leader in Mashhad, his hometown, at the shrine of Imam Reza. But obviously, this is a huge, challenging project for the Islamic Republic. On one hand, they want to project continuity and stability to honor the late Supreme Leader, who in their eyes, in the eyes of the supporters, died an ideal death. He was martyred in the month of Ramadan at the hands of the very 2 countries that he preached against for decades. So they want to use this event to honor him and energize their base. But obviously, this is a country that's being pounded by bombs. How are they going to hold this event? When are they going to do it? What's going to be the reaction of U.S. forces and Israeli forces? We'll wait and see.
And Reza, in terms of Iran's response going forward, clearly we've been reporting what's been happening across the Gulf states. There's been the incident today of a missile apparently from Iran heading towards Cyprus, veering towards Turkey. Clearly, as this continues, one wonders if there will be some kind of error which leads to a tragic escalation.
The escalation is here already. There's increasingly more fronts to the war. We saw the events in the Strait of Hormuz. Now there's talks about the Kurdish separatists possibly coming, according to the CIA, and there's no end in sight. We should point out that the Deputy Foreign Minister, Esmail Baghaei, in a television interview today, explicitly said that Tehran views this war as an existential war. And when asked, could you reach out for negotiations? Would you accept negotiations if Washington were to reach out? And I'm just paraphrasing this. And he said it'd be ridiculous to accept an offer after all the times, according to him, the U.S. betrayed them in negotiations. So no end in sight for this war, at least for now.
Reza, can I ask you about the incident regarding the sinking of the warship? There are some people who are questioning the way this was carried out. Pete Hegseth has been very gung-ho about it, talking about quiet death, the phrase he used. They thought they were safe in international waters. There are some people drawing parallels with what happened to the Belgrano ship, the warship, the Argentinian warship in the Falklands War, which was sunk whilst turning away from any kind of battle area. How has this sinking been received where you are? Clearly, it's been received with great horror, but what is the sense of what this means in terms of international law?
Well, Tehran, state media, Iranian officials have not addressed it. The information that we're getting are coming from Washington, U.S. officials and Israeli officials. This was a vessel that was not in the theater of war. It was an event, an exercise, and coming back to Iran off the coast of Sri Lanka when it was sunk by a torpedo. Obviously, Iran's Navy is playing a role in this war, and that role is to do its best to choke off the Strait of Hormuz, to create economic pain for the U.S. But clearly, the Iranian Navy is no match for the U.S. Navy. They've sunk a couple of vessels, several vessels. We haven't verified how many, but that's another front where this war is happening. And I think in what is a tug of war for authority over the Strait of Hormuz between Iran and the U.S., who wants to open it, who wants these vessels to go through. I think a lot of people will be keeping an eye on events in the coming days there as well.
Reza Sayeh in Tehran, thank you very much indeed. Do stay safe. Thank you, Reza Sayeh, our correspondent in the Iranian capital.